Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle Wilson, Principal and Lead Learner here at The Hill, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's event. Before we begin, I want to recognize and thank the partners and people who made today possible. Fayette County Public Schools continues to lead the way in supporting strategic, future-focused partnerships like this one. Thank you for the support of our FCPS board members, as well as Dr. Liggins, FCPS Superintendent. We are grateful to Valvoline Global, Jamal Masher and his team, and the production team at Bizig Impact Group for helping bring this launch to life. A special thanks as well to our students and educators joining us from EME in Mexico City, and to our own staff and students here at The Hill who helped prepare for today. We are honored to host the launch of Valvoline Global's Aspiring Mechanics program and to connect our students with peers across borders. At The Hill, strong partnerships amplify the meaningful work already happening in our classrooms. They enrich student learning through real-world experiences, deepen connections to industry, and help position our graduates to contribute with confidence and purpose in their chosen fields. Today reflects what's possible when education and industry come together on behalf of students, not just here in Lexington, but globally.
There are billions of vehicles in the world today, in every corner of the planet, in all shapes, sizes, engine types, and speeds. And behind all of them are the mechanics who keep us moving forward. But with a growing shortage of skilled mechanics worldwide, today, this vital role is facing new pressures. It's a challenge, but more importantly, it's an opportunity to make a difference. That's why Valvoline Global is committed to empowering the mechanics of tomorrow.
Most days when I was younger, I would just sit around and imagine what I would be. And honestly, I never imagined this, so it's a whole other level of excitement because it feels like a new door is opening up.
Introducing the Valvoline Global Aspiring Mechanics Program. Scholarships, hands-on experiences, world-class products and tools to enrich the education of thousands of students on their pathway to becoming a mechanic.
Pues me siento muy agradecido por la beca, la verdad es algo que yo creo que todos como ingenieros y como personas que estudiamos necesitamos para poder seguir aprendiendo, para seguir motivándonos, para poder tener ese apoyo. Me siento agradecido y yo espero y ojalá y esta beca la puedan alcanzar muchas personas, puedan tener las oportunidades y puedan seguir aprendiendo y seguir siendo apoyados.
This program serves as an evolution of Valvoline's years of supporting mechanics around the globe. Together with educators and partners, Valvoline Global will drive positive change for future generations of mechanics and their communities.
I want to make my stamp on the world, and I feel like this is a great place to start.
It is an honor to welcome the leader who is inspiring this global initiative. Please join me in welcoming Valvoline Global President and CEO, Jamal Masher.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity today to be with you all. First of all, thank you for handling all of the video instruction and moving between screens. That was impressive in and of itself. I'm honored to be with you on site at the Hub for Innovation, Learning, and Leadership here in Lexington, Kentucky. Special thank you to Principal Michelle Wilson and her team who have made this day possible. Special thank you to Marciana and all of the students who were part of that video. George Zhang, I see you in that video as well. Thank you for everyone that helped bring this to life. You inspired everything that enabled us to be here today and make this commitment. Thank you as well to the students and staff of The Hill and of La Escuela Mexicana de Electricidad, or EME in Mexico City, for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the event today. It's great to see you all on the video screen. And to the students, today is really about celebrating you. It's about investing in your future. And so to the aspiring mechanics and technicians, you're critical to closing the gap, the global gap that we have in automotive mechanical talent around the world. You're at the forefront of evolving mobility space, and your commitment is important for our industry, for global trade, and more importantly, for the safety of those on the road. You are why we are here today. And so I'm proud to lead an organization around the world committed to creating opportunities for future mechanics. Today, I'm excited to announce that Valvoline Global is making a $1 million pledge over the next 5 years to support an estimated 10,000 aspiring mechanics globally through training, scholarships, and local engagement programs, including right here in Lexington, Kentucky. Our investment honors Valvoline Global's legacy of nearly 160 years and its future by providing mechanical talent with tools, training, and opportunities to succeed. The impacts of this program will be felt locally in Lexington and globally, locally through a new flagship program being introduced here at the Hill, giving students pathways to develop their skills and connect with career opportunities. And I think someone had asked, we were downstairs, can we do a little something in racing? Maybe we'll have to look at that. I think we have a little bit of a history in that space as well. Globally through our work with schools and markets around the world like EME as well. So Valvoline Global is committed to growing this global community through making meaningful impact around the world. It's our purpose, it's who we are as an organization. You're all a key part of Valvoline Global's nearly 160-year legacy of innovation, and we can't wait to see how you inspire and enable what moves the world forward. Thank you to all of you.
So we have the opportunity in today's launch to connect our two programs even more and learn how our experiences compare across countries. So ahead of today, students from both programs submitted questions for one another. Here are the questions our students at the Hill would like to ask students at EME. Our first question is, do you follow ASC standards like we do here, or do you have your own set of standards in Mexico?
What we got as an answer is that we have our own standards in Mexico. Specifically, the regulations and emissions are different here. En español es que en México tenemos nuestras propias regulaciones, específicamente en lo que tiene que ver con las emisiones de gases.
Hey, Alex, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Alejandro Sepúlveda. I am the general manager of Eventual, the online part of the school. So I am leading the project for Mexico, the Valvoline project, since like 2 years ago with 11.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. The second question our students want to ask is, how is your class structured every day? For example, do you start the day with a lecture and then apply those skills?
All right, the answer here is that what we got is that almost our classes are 100% practical because the theory we have it online. So en español es prácticamente nuestros temas son prácticos. No mucho lo vemos en línea, pero la mayoría son prácticos.
Thank you. The final question our students have for EME students is, what made you so interested in the automotive or diesel program?
The answer we got is, in general, we are very interested in the growth of the automotive industry, even though most of our focus is gasoline engines. En español es, en general, estamos muy interesados en el crecimiento del mercado y la industria automotriz, pero generalmente estamos enfocados en la parte de motores a gasolina.
Now we will hear the questions EME students have for students at the Hill. How much do you study or research electric vehicles?
Y en español es, ¿qué tanto investigar en el tema de coches electrónicos?
Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Andrés Muñoz, yo soy profesor de aquí en el Hill de Automotriz. Nuestra respuesta en eso es, nosotros estamos Estudiamos los vehículos eléctricos no tan profundo. Lo más grande que hacemos aquí en esta clase, en la parte secundaria, es más la seguridad. ¿Qué hacer y qué no hacer? Acercamos en los carros híbridos. Pero en el tema de reparación, de abrir motores y baterías, no mucho. Eso lo dejamos a las partes universidades. Y más en el tema en que cada marca, como Toyota, Honda, ellos lo enseñan a sus estudiantes en ese nivel. Pretty much what I answered is that they were asking about the hybrid industrial classes here and how in depth we go. Pretty much all we do is we definitely focus on the safety aspect of it. You know, what to do, what not to do beside a electrical hybrid vehicle. You know, we got to make sure that we don't touch the orange wire, which is, you know, high voltage. So that's as deep as we go. We kind of leave professionals with opening the motors and batteries, okay, at like a university level, or pretty much a industry. They will teach you that, Toyota will teach you that, Ford will teach you that at their own way. So, yeah.
Thank you. Do you still use gasoline engines in your cars?
¿Usan coches de gas?
Sí lo usamos. No tanto el diesel, tenemos otro departamento diesel y en este colegio que se enfocan en los camiones de servicio que son medios y más pesados y también la agricultura. Por en el automotriz, sí, todos los planes de estudios, todos se enfocan todo en el automotriz que usan la gasolina. Eso es lo que nos enfocamos. So pretty much what we do, if you use gasoline engines in the automotive program, yes, that is what we do. That's all we focus on. We do have some diesel students over here that they do focus on medium to light duty trucks and tap into the agricultural aspect of it. But us, our standards, and our lesson plans are focused around the gasoline engine here.
Is it still necessary to repair manual transmissions?
¿Aún toca transmisiones manuales?
En el tema de reparaciones en transmisiones manuales, no mucho. Enseñamos cómo mantener, cómo funciona básicamente la transmisión manual, pero no mucho cómo abrir la transmisión y sacar las partes. Eso lo dejamos más a los profesionales que se enfocan y se especializan en eso. Pero sí, al nivel de mantenimiento, eso lo hacemos aquí, pero no mucho de reparación. They were wondering what we do with manual transmissions here at school, and what we teach you guys is just the service aspect of it. We will teach you guys the basics of it, but in order to open it up and take out gears and stuff, we might tap into that, but we kind of leave that to the professionals out there in the industry that they specialize in that area.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our peers in Mexico City for helping launch this moment. You are part of something much bigger than one classroom or one country, and we look forward to staying connected and continuing to learn from one another. Thank you all. Okay, so Mr. Masher, you're now in the hot seat. Our students here at the Hill have submitted questions for you. They would love the opportunity to learn from your expertise. So may I share a few questions that they came up with?
Of course.
All right, here we go.
They're like, we have questions too for him. So.
Are there any benefits or specific reasons Valvoline Global is supporting schools like ours?
Yes, I mean, I think several reasons. I think, as I highlighted in my remarks, first of all, I think you have to look at it from a few different angles. Number one, you look at it from the company perspective. Our company's purpose for 160 years, we operate with a clear purpose to inspire and enable what and who move the world forward. And so when you think about that, it's how do we enable the opportunities? How do we enable others to have success and grow? And so when you look at that lens and you look at our industry, you look at the opportunities that we can provide for others, similar opportunities that were provided to us, it's an easy decision, right? To provide and identify organizations and schools like the Hill or like EME, which are on the cutting edge. You're innovating, and you're not only innovating in the space and helping solve a really important issue for our industry, but you're providing great opportunities and doing it in a cutting edge way. I walked through the halls here, so thank you, Marciana, for the amazing tour. The facility is something like I've never seen before. And I think when you see that forward thinking, not only in how the curriculum is set up, the experiential learning, but also the investments in you as students. It's a no-brainer for us to be able to say we want to partner with a school like The Hill, and especially being right here in our own backyard where our global headquarters are based in Lexington, Kentucky.
Thank you so much. What makes you different from other CEOs?
Katie, Brittany, Ashley, somebody want to answer this question? I can step out. No, I think that's a good question. I think when you look at it, I look at it through the lens of how I like to operate, which is first and foremost, I operate from clear values and principles of who I am as a leader and who I am as a person. Faith, family, the things that I prioritize most. But one of the biggest things for me is how I operate for my own purpose. I was provided unique opportunities throughout my life. I worked hard for them, but the purpose that was instilled in me early on is how do I, my personal purpose, brand purpose, is to really provide opportunities for others to achieve their best possible outcomes. And, that was, my father immigrated to the States in the 1950s. My mom came in the 60s. And so that opportunity to provide opportunities for others is how I live my life. And so the values that I operate from, inspires and enables me as a leader to then pay that forward in how I operate and how I think about how I coach, mentor, develop, and the time I spend, not just with my direct reports, my leadership team, but how I think about how I spend time with the rest of the organization. But also how I think about, how do we think about the things that we do as an organization. I've said to my team quite often, while we're in the business of, selling motor oil and, creating great solutions for our industry, that is a great enabler and a platform to do a lot of great things in this world. And so that is, again, going back to a personal purpose, but also a purpose for how the organization is set up and run. And so that's how I operate every day. And I think hopefully that makes me a little unique. But I think that has enabled me to be successful in my career and get to the point where I'm at today.
What is the next step Valvoline Global is working toward?
Quite a bit. So we're on a fast growth journey around the world. So I would tell you maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we were an American company that did business globally. And I would tell you today, we're very much a global company that has a very strong presence in the US. And so that shift that we've had over the last few years, our transformation and growth, is really to take the things that have made this iconic brand that's been around for 160 years, which is crazy to think. A company that's been around that long and survived through world wars and, recessions and everything else, and take the great things that gentlemen that you see here do, which is around great innovation that is solving important business and industry challenges, but also, the great support that we have for our customers, the great things we do in our own communities, and taking that to more parts of the world. So it's to more consumers, more customers, and more parts of the world. We want to take all the great things that we're doing and spread that around the world and grow our brand. And so it's quite a bit of a journey. We've added quite a few team members around the world over the last few years. We will continue to add and grow, but also really drive our impact as an organization as we go forward. And so, we have aspirations to double our business by 2030. It's a pretty lofty task, and I think we're well on our way.
And what advice would you give the students here today?
I think probably the biggest advice that I would tell for students, and I've said this quite often to a few different people, which is, in life, I was a chemical engineer is what I studied in college. I'm not a chemical engineer now, and these guys can attest to it. But that's what I studied. But ultimately, it was figuring out what I wanted to do as I evolved my career. And probably one of the hardest things you'll do in life is to figure out exactly what you want. And when I look at the inspiring, talented students that are here, you all are figuring out and making that commitment now, right? And that's really impressive. I think that's the hard part. The easy part, then, and I would encourage you to do this, is to tap into the people around you. Let other people know what you want to accomplish, where you want to go. And there, you'll be surprised how many people will be there to support you along the way and help you be successful. You'll never do this, none of us have ever achieved our success individually. It really takes other people supporting you. And so the more you can be clear on what you want to accomplish, your goals, and those goals can be different points in life, the more you can be clear on that, the more you can tap into and have the support around you. And you'll be surprised how many people will really help lift you up and help you achieve whatever you have in mind. And I think you're all really well on your way.
That's fantastic. Let's give him a hand for answering our questions.
Thank you.
So today really marks the beginning of a partnership that will directly impact our students here and around the world. And with Valvoline Global's leadership and Fayette County Public Schools' continued support, our automotive, our diesel technology programs are not only relevant, but they are essential. This collaboration gives our students a direct line to meaningful careers, and it really reinforces the importance of the skills that they're building every single day when you're here. We are very grateful to Mr. Masher and his team, to Visiting Impact Group, for the students and the staff here at the Hill, and to the educators and students from EME in Mexico City who made this international launch possible. Thank you all for being part of something that will extend far beyond today. We look forward to what is coming next. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.